Hey everybody, what's up Bostonians? I am brought to you by We're Breaking the Fast. It's been a good 24 hours since I've had my last meal, so I'm excited today to bring to you Sham. Sham is a Mediterranean, Middle Eastern restaurant. I found this place, shout out to Tina Vo on TikTok, the best foodie. She did a review of this place, said it was the best Mediterranean food in all of Worcester. We'll see about that. But I'm excited to check it out. And we are here today, as I mentioned before, in Worcester. Worcester has got a special place in my heart. I actually bought my first house here, a few miles from here. Moved here back in 2016. It's kind of an interesting city. It's the second largest city in Massachusetts, second only to Boston. It's kind of directly in the heart of Massachusetts, right in the middle, equidistant from the New York border, as well as about 50 minutes to an hour, depending on how fast or how slow you drive to Boston. And it's a city of many things. One of which is a college town. It's got Clark University, WPI, Holy Cross, a number of others. Assumption, which is a big Catholic school. It's also got a tremendous amount of diversity when it comes to the restaurant scene. Unlike Boston, which unfortunately is just so expensive to rent out a particular facility, so that now all the restaurants there, it doesn't matter really where you go. If you're in Dorchester or if you're in Boston, if you're in Roxbury, everything is just so corporate because those are really the only types of businesses that can afford the rent and a lot of the restaurant space that they occupy. So because of that, your menus are corporate, the recipes are corporate. It's all about efficiency instead of really high quality ingredients. And even more so, the chefs are really just not as connected to their meals as somebody who, actually owns their own restaurant and makes the meals themselves in the kitchen. So Worcester's different. Worcester has a tremendous amount of diversity when it comes to not just having a lot of different mom and pop restaurants, but of course then diversity when it comes to the types of food that you can get. So Sham is one of those examples. Sham is relatively new. We are located right next door to Water Street, which is pretty historical and very well known, again, for having all different types of kind of affordable foods, such as pizza, sandwich shops, Mexican, so on and so forth. Sham is relatively new. Again, they specialize in Mediterranean and Middle Eastern cuisine. So we're going to go in, we're going to check it out, we're going to give you some great, honest reviews from the pricing to the taste to the quality and everything in between. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave comments. Let's check it out. Okay, so we have our first set of dishes. We have our beet hummus, and then we also have our cucumber yogurt, obviously complemented with the pita bread, as my wife calls it pita, but everyone normal calls it pita. And it looks pretty good, firsthand. Very colorful, very vibrant. It looks super fresh. It looks really actually appetizing and appealing. Kind of an interesting vibe overall. Good vibes, but they've been open since 11. Nobody's really in here. The floors are actually surprisingly pretty dirty, like a ton of crumbs and straws and kind of stuff like that. There's about 2 people working here. One's that's kind of running the food around. I'm assuming the other one who's actually doing the cooking. We're gonna give it a taste and then see what it's like. So get in there. Pretty good. Take a look. It's pretty good. Take a taste. It's very good. It's really good. It's really fresh. It feels like it was actually just made. It's pretty sweet, as beets typically are. It could be kind of like on the sour side. I've had beet hummus and it's been more on the sour bit. But really good. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll take it. Thank you so much. I'll have another bite for you. For those that are home watching YouTube videos about food reviews and are starving, that was delicious. We'll move on to the yogurt and see what it looks like. Let me do the taps. Right, billion views right there alone. Fold this up. Give it a shot.
Yeah, that's really good. That just is exactly the way that you would taste that. If you've ever had cucumber yogurt, that's exactly what it is. Nothing more, nothing less. The taste is pretty vibrant, but it's not overwhelming. And we got, as the waitress was so nice to pull up, perfect timing, we have our chicken shawarma. So get a good look at that. We have some sort of yogurt dip. What would you say that this is?
Tzatziki.
Tzatziki. Thank you. Going to get right in there. And yeah, bon appetit. Very good. Very good. It's got like a little bit of a pickle in there, which really brings out the taste. Really makes it, turns it from something that would probably be really like warm and almost like a roasted taste because of the chicken. It makes it really sweet. Really pops the flavor. So overall, we have a few more dishes coming out, but I'd say this is pretty good. This was about $13. This was about $11. This was only $9, so surprisingly the sandwich, you know, the actual meal itself, the cheapest thing that we've gotten so far. And then we have a few more things coming out, which we'll show you in just a bit. But so far, this is Sham. Sham is pretty good. It's doing pretty good. All right, so we got our last dish that we ordered, which is now the falafel. Let's take a good look at this. Looks really good. First appearance, it looks really, again, like everything else, super fresh. You know, I love the color. The tomatoes really make it pop. Yeah, just looks really appealing. So let's give it a try. It's good. It's one of those things where all the different ingredients in there just kind of mash up into one flavor. Nothing really stands out from the others. Like the way that my chicken shawarma, the pickle really made the entire flavor pop. This is good, but I wouldn't say that this is like, oh my God, to die for. Not to say that it's bad. I wouldn't put it down, but it's just not as probably as flavorful as this. So very good overall. Very good overall. And of course, it comes with its own side of tzatziki. Yeah, this is good. This is good. This was about like, I think this was like $15. So overall, you know, and again, I just got water. I didn't get anything crazy. Like they have milkshakes and all kinds of different drinks. Overall, we're probably going to be spending about $50 after taxes for all of this, which, you know, is pretty good value. You could easily, I think, be in a different place, probably in Boston, paying for the same exact thing and leaving with about $80 to $90. So the fact that this is conveniently located in Worcester, Worcester's a really great, you know, kind of thriving city, but it's not Boston, of course. So that makes everything a little bit more palatable, so to speak. But overall, you know, I'd say individually, you know, this is probably 6 out of 10. Good flavor, but just really nothing too crazy. This is probably, you know, a 7 out of 10. Again, really good flavor, but it's just really hard to get into the 8 to 10 range. This is probably a good 8 out of 10. Love that pickle. And this is probably a good 5 out of 10. That doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that it's average. We'll call it that. For the price, you know, overall, Sham, I'd say the price gives you a lot of good food for really good value. I'd give it an 8 out of 10 for the price. It's in great location. It's right on Water Street here in Worcester. I used to own a home here and live here. I really like Worcester. It's kind of, it's either one of you, it's one of those things where it's your thing or it's not your thing. It's kind of my thing. Being from Albany, New York, I kind of like a grungier town. And the best part about a grungier town is that there's always new things popping up. And this is one of them. So Sham, overall, I'd say it was a really good experience. Great way to spend a nice Saturday afternoon with a loved one, such as my wife. Overall, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Cheers.
So, I just checked out Sham Restaurant so that you didn't have to. But I would say if you are in the Worcester area and you have some time and you're with a loved one or a friend or just even by yourself and you want to treat yourself, not a bad place to stop at. As I mentioned before, the food, pretty good, pretty good. Great flavor, really fresh. The pricing was solid. You could easily get the same exact thing in Boston and pay twice, if not more, for the same amount of food that I got. The only thing kind of bringing down the overall impression and score, unfortunately, was the things that I think any restaurant could control, and that was the aesthetics. There was a lot of crumbs and food and straws on the ground. Uh, the aesthetics were pretty kitschy. They have kind of like from the homeland kind of art on the wall, but it's all crooked. The walls are kind of stained in what seems to be like sweat. I don't know how else to describe it. And then there was like a mannequin of like an Arabian Nights just randomly on the side of the restaurant. The food, I think, spoke for itself. You don't need to go so crazy and hammering home the Middle Eastern premise. That's prevalent and obvious in the food itself. So overall, I'd say that the food again was around a 7 out of 10, which is pretty good. It's just so hard to get into the 8 and above range. The price, I would say 8 out of 10 because I got a lot of food for around $40-50 altogether. The aesthetics, I think, were probably a 4 out of 10, but the overall vibe of Sham Restaurant was solid. So highly recommend. I am breaking the fast. This is brought to you by. Please like, subscribe, leave comments, follow me more.